Okay, I think it's live. Probably not. I'm 6 minutes late because some technical issues. I don't know what's happening, but this software doesn't want to go live. But I think it's on right now. I hope. I think so. Ah, you know, I understand. Maybe it's live because you are on the chat. Thank you, Gina. How are you? Uh, really hot coffee. Um, Tonight is different because thank you. Let me fix that. I use my headphones really with a low volume, so I doesn't listen that. Thank you for your advice. Tonight is different because I had something to tell you. I had a story to tell you about, as the title said, artificial intelligence. Because I was thinking and talking about that and teaching about that with my students. And okay, I was thinking probably I should draw something related with artificial intelligence, and that's the basic idea to make this again. Uh, so, artificial intelligence, art made by artificial intelligence. Let's draw some quick doodles and let's talk about that. I post this on my LinkedIn profile because uh, I need to post something there. And the thing is, I think right now it's a weird, really interesting moment for art and artificial intelligence, and probably for most uh, of the human processes. We are right now living a moment where this thing it's happening really fast, and we are developing this tool at some speed that we never ever experience in our lives and in everyone's lives, because this trend, this thing about artificial intelligence, it's happening really fast, and a lot of things related are happening, and it's a developing story. So they are the AI are shaping our near future. And I was thinking, okay, probably this is different. This is something that we need to be aware of. This is something that probably will shape our near and long future. And I was I was making some experiments. I was using some of the most popular artificial intelligence tools right now. I have access to I have access to Adobe Firefly. I had an account on Adobe Firefly. I was looking for images in mostly on Adobe Firefly, but at the same time, I was working with the other options, the other platforms related with artificial intelligence. And I was thinking how this will shape the way how make art. And I request and I ask as a couple of ideas, several ideas related with uh, just random topics, some things that I suddenly cross on my mind in the middle of my workday. And I was thinking, okay, probably it could be interesting to make traditional handmade art of a prompt made by artificial intelligence. And it's interesting because it's developing really, really fast, as I said, but at the same time, these tools already fix several of the issues that had at the beginning of this when they appear. And it's important to remember that most of these tools just appear a year and a half ago, so it's something absolutely new. And I request suddenly, I don't know why, I remember this idea of the Volkswagen Boss, the hippie transporter Volkswagen Boss with a lot of windows, and the hippie Wagoneer. And I think, okay, probably I should ask to this engine make me some hippie Wagoneer to look what happened, and some weird pieces of image appear. And it was interesting because there are a lot of errors. And this last Saturday with my students in my class, I show them a quote of I don't remember. It's a tweet. It's an old tweet. I think I remember it's from January 2023. Uh, it's a it's an idea of how artificial intelligence right now it's similar to the tourist guides, and how when you read a foreigner as a foreigner the tourist guide of any city where you didn't live, or where you didn't know, everything looks fine and interesting and right. But when you read the tour discover, or where you can find that that tourist guide it's not accurate, or that's not the best place, or that's not the best place to go or place to be. And the main idea of the artificial intelligence right now, it's related, and it's someone else that it's saying that this appear to be, or you probably think that okay, it's well looking, capable to run Volkswagen Boss, until you discover that it lacks the rear wheel, or it had some other issue. So it's not so well made as you probably um, think at the beginning. And I was trying, I was making some experiments for this exercise. And I was thinking, okay, probably I should ask about this this wagon, this boss. Uh, there are some heavy mistakes in the structure of this car, and instead of fixing that in this exercise, I was thinking, okay, probably I should draw exactly, or some kind of I could draw that image with some accuracy in order to make some imperfect hand drawing art, piece of art or piece of illustration, based on this um, piece of digital art with some structural issues, with some mistakes in their process of creation. And for me, it's interesting, why is this happening, how this happened, how this work, because you can find where these errors came from, how this wrong place to this wrong decision to place the wheels of the van was taken. And I mean, it's not an engineering level. I don't know how to make some of these models of these engines of creation of digital art, but it's interesting at the same time. Okay, I recognize that this is not an accurate car, this is not an accurate Volkswagen Boss, but how this happened, and why this is not accurate displayed. And it's interesting to trying to understand why this kind of uh, there's like a wing in the back of the wagon, how this appear here, why this what's the meaning of this piece that it's in the back of the truck. And you probably find that, okay, something is happening here, I can't understand, uh, but something is happening. And it's, for me, it's really interesting to try to learn to understand why this is happening, why this is happening, and at the same time, how can I use this as a part of my daily work. I need a purple. How can I use this? I use several of these kind of images in my daily work at the school teaching, and also at my office. And right now, at the same time, this kind of race trying to discover, to figure it out. This is artificial intelligence, this is a real image, this is a photograph, this is an illustration, what is this? And that's where I was thinking, okay, probably I should draw something incorrectly made by an artificial intelligence. Probably later I will post this on my social media accounts, just to watch the difference between the imprecise first image AI generated and my own version, and how this is really fast taking place in our culture, and how we are adding artificial intelligence to several of our uh, daily life processes. And that's the story of this of tonight's session. I mean, I knew that this is not accurate, it wasn't intended to be, but I really enjoy looking at these images, and as I said, trying to understand, okay, this is different, and probably it's interesting because it's different. And okay, this is a different approach in the process of making art. probably it's not art, but this is a different approach, and that's it. As I said, I post this on my LinkedIn profile, and I had some technical issues earlier today because I just found that my Ethernet cable it's broken, and later this software doesn't want to go live. I try different prompts. I ask about. I was thinking, I was making memory. I trying to remember why, what kind of things I enjoy the most here, drawing here. And I remember in a couple of minutes, I really enjoy to draw food. I really enjoy to draw cars. Probably like this imprecise, inaccurate cars, but I like to draw it. Um, so I request cars, I request food, and I request plants and flowers. Um, I select some images in order to do this. Since the last time, YouTube continued with their challenge, trying to put a lot of advertising in any any space available. So the music that you are listening to are not on YouTube. It's not from YouTube, it's Creative Commons license free music. That's something different. It's something that I tried the last time. And as I said, I really like this idea of okay, you probably think that this is an accurate car because you are not looking well, because it's not a real car, and it's only when you pay attention, when you discover that okay, something is wrong here, let me check again, because um, something it's not matching for me, something weird is happening here. And at some level probably that's something good, because if you are really interested, probably you could make your to your audience to put more attention at your images, at your constructions, creative constructions, because I don't know, and this is probably some unfinished raw idea that some suddenly appear. You probably just ask to your audience, what do you think about this? This is a real image? This is something AI generated? And I don't know. Give me a second. I could make a second look, and then I told you. And at the same time, because everyone most of us are using these tools, we are in this complicated position where everyone's art, everyone's creation looks mostly the same. So you need to find a different way to show probably the same concept, the same idea. And I think right now we are exactly in some way we are in a similar position that the one that we experienced just at the beginning of the internet, in the verge of the 2000, at the end of 1990 something, or the year 2000, because right now it's important to make a good prompt, just how at the beginning of the internet, in that old internet, you need to learn, and you learn to understand what you need to ask to Yahoo, or to ask to the search engine that you use in that 2001, 2002, in that year. So you need to learn to ask, you need to learn to write in these machine terms, in this, with these rules. And that's different. That's something that we need to learn in order to work properly. And that's probably the point. What's this dome in the top of this? This is not a Volkswagen bus. What's this dome in the top part, in the ceiling of this car? I don't know. But this appear in my request. So it was relevant to the engine for some reason. And if you want to take that piece out, you need to understand how this works, and how can I take that thing out of my art. Why this band had like something like a wave in the side? It's probably because all the iconography in this kind in these cars, but at the same time it lacks of the rear wheel, but at the same time had some like a level bevel uh, beveled place bevel piece of something yellow stuck in the side of the car. And okay, I didn't understand that, but I suppose it's okay. And as always, probably I'm just overthinking that. Probably. And it's not something that it's worth to be thinking about. I don't know. I need to draw. I need something to draw, and I had my list, but no, I completely ignore that list and go directly to add new items, AI generated, in order to have this weird conversation about AI. I'm about to need more markers in order to fill my almost empty box. It's not almost empty, but it's something that I tell to myself. Are you still there, Gina? What are you playing tonight? These triangular basic shaped mountains. It's a cliche, but okay. It's probably in the way that I could draw that mountains, so it's okay. It's okay for me. And at the same time, I understand that. So as I said, oh, it's okay. Mountains, triangles, that's it. And this is dry, one less. The first one of the night. No, this is too dark. Totally Bob Ross style mountains. Obviously, this will develop better versions of every engine, and this will be something amazing to watch. just in a couple of months, not years, not generations, months. And in this year and a half, we already discover really interesting features of this way to create, to way to this way to make some interesting pieces of text and images, and as I said, art in general, in the uh, broad meaning of that word. So it's something really interesting happening right now, and more interesting things are about to happen. That's obvious. It's obviously because this is happening too fast, and something interesting to watch, at least for me, to play with, to make these experiments. This is not inaccurate. This is AI generated, and that's a way to sell your inaccurate art. It's like a kid, like a child, just learning how to draw. Not myself, not this training session, the AI tools, because we are we are living this learning curve. The models, the engines are learning just as a child, in a different way. Obviously, it's not natural, it's not carbon based, it's technologic, but at the same time, as I said, okay, probably I can understand how some of these things are happening. An inaccurate palm tree. The other topic, the other idea that I asked was coffee tools. Tools to make coffee at home. Also because it's something that I already draw several months ago. Mm, mm, mm. That that doesn't look as I expect. It's different. I don't like it. I don't like it because probably it's not my way of draw, because I'm drawing something different, something that I didn't understand. I mean, I can watch. I'm seeing this image right here on my screen, but at the same time, I had some questions because why this line it's here? What's trying to? What's happening in this space? What's happening here? And probably because I didn't understand the original image. At the same time, it's harder. It's not harder to draw. I mean, it's ugly not because it's weird. It's because I need to practice more. But something is wrong here in general. So something weird. It's happening here, and it's not my. It's not the way I used to draw, because probably it's that, and it's something that I didn't think before. I didn't think before of that idea. It's hard to draw this because I didn't understand why I'm what thing I'm drawing to. The place of the big fancy Volkswagen logo at the front, it's just a circle. As I said, like a kid, just basic shaped triangles, and think, suppose that there is a mountain, and that's it. I was making an exercise requesting as a prompt I wouldn't I would make device like a Ouija table. No, it's not a table. Like a Ouija board, like a Ouija board with the capabilities of a smartphone, and that prompt doesn't work because I end with weird illustrations and doesn't look like a Ouija board, and also doesn't appear to be like fancy modern smartphone. So it's not intended to use that weird ideas in my daily work. I didn't need a smartphone that appeared to be a Ouija board, but I found interesting trying to find these edges, these places, these areas where the artificial intelligence probably doesn't understand that weird idea, that weird concept. And I don't like this. I don't like the final result of this because mm, it's not real and doesn't work for me, I think. June 24th. This is the moment when I check, and the last session was a month and 10 days ago, 5 weeks ago. That's too much time, but uh, the life happens. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8 pages. I'm about to end this sketchbook. Let me check for a different image. Also, and this is not artificial intelligence. This is the end of the part of artificial intelligence of this streaming session. Also, this couple of weeks, I was trying to spend more time on my Pinterest instead of the remaining social media accounts that I still use. I didn't use, I quit Twitter. I barely use Instagram. I just post Instagram stories, a couple of them now and then, and that's it. So I'm spending more and more time on my Pinterest account, and I found some interesting piece of illustration. I didn't have any background of this idea, but I really like this piece of basic shaped geometric illustration, like Aztec gods, but at the same time it's a mix and you can find some daily life objects, and it's a huge collection. And the thing with Pinterest that I really like, it's that the platform immediately throw you a lot of similar things, so you only need to click some image, any image, and immediately you had 20, 50, 100 related images, and it's something that the platform does really, really well. So just today, I think earlier today, I discovered this kind of illustration, like an Aztec gods, basic vector shaped faces. And okay, this is different. This is something that I'm not aware of, and I love this idea of the rabbit hole. how you are always about to fail into something. So for me, today was this geometric basic illustrations because it was interesting pieces of um, ancient gods, or I don't know, whatever animals, uh, gods probably. And obviously this is at the same time uh, some member of the family of Tlaloc, and at the same time a paper cup of coffee or something. And it's an image. I found this image with 100 probably of these interesting images of single heads of characters, weird looking characters. This is like a shark and spaceship and a god at the same time, an Aztec god at the same time. So okay, this is something that I need to put more attention. I'm not into that kind of illustration, but someone working with me at my office had this kind of work, and I knew, obviously, I'm aware of that. It's really, it's really trendy. It's a style. It's a way to make illustration, and I am. I knew that it's something happening, but right now it's something that I want to explore. I want to. I want to learn more about this style, and at the same time, it was interesting for me that at least this image, uh, and I didn't have the source because, as I said, I found this just in Pinterest. This image is, I think, uh, right in Russian. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know where this came from, or what's the meaning of this particular piece or this style of illustration. And it's not AI generated. For this exercise, it's something good because it looks handmade, and it's some piece of work that you value because of that, because it's real, and it's something that you probably can doodle really quick because it's geometric, it's basic, it's cute, but at the same time not so cute, not so interesting. No, not so interesting, sorry. um, it's easy to understand, but at the same time it's probably hard to replicate. It's hard to do at the beginning. As myself, as I said, it's not the kind of work that I used to do. It's not my style, probably because I didn't have a style. I think, I know, I don't know. It's a work in progress. Actually, I was thinking, and I didn't expect this that just happened. I didn't expect to feel myself not uncomfortable, but I don't think that I was not enjoying drawing that piece of AI art, and probably because my style, my type of work, it's not realistic. I think that I I push myself, I try my best in order to look at the details in anything that I try to draw. Um, Obviously, I read that image before I found that uh, mistakes, that errors in the original image, but I didn't expect that I'm not enjoy I'm not enjoying um, drawing or or trying to draw this, not the same errors, but the same style, the same kind of image, and trying to remain loyal to an image that are wrong from the beginning. Um, I That's something new for me, and I already make a bunch of AI images, and right now I need to delete them, or I don't know what to do with that images that probably I never use again because I don't like that idea. So if anyone came from my LinkedIn profile looking for some reflection about AI art, the idea is I don't like to draw by hand AI generated art. Something weird just happened. That was unexpected. That was the song that I used on the very beginning of this exercise, of this, not tonight, exercise to the very beginning of this streaming a couple of years ago. Then I moved to YouTube, and now I moved back to my original playlist, and I remember that song. And again, it's like the AI art. It's the same song that you listen in several uh, YouTube channels because it's one of the top results if you look for background music, royalty free background music. as always, I forgot some empty space to put my stamp. All the time. Always, that always happens. Let's go bold with this, with the other side of the marker. At the beginning of this exercise, mm, in the last few moments of the COVID pandemic, 2021, 2022, I don't remember, I make an English spoken version of the way how say goodbye to all my students at that time. And I used to say, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, see you soon. And thank God, right now people are not dying because of COVID. And I was thinking, okay, probably that sounds different right now, but I made a huge mistake. Oh, this is the one here. I like this idea to make these wishes to all the people, but at the same time, probably as a society, we already move on. And it sounds weird, and I think about that background and why I'm saying that at that moment. I still feel comfortable saying that. And I think it's good news that we move from there. That's nice. But at the same time, it's nice that some random guy wish you stay safe, stay healthy. Health is something important, I think. So I will keep that. Stay safe, stay healthy, see you soon. At some moment, one of my students find that I push that as my brand mark, and she asked me, you say that on purpose all the time? And I said yes, and I try to be remembered like the guy who wish you health in this time. And she was really amused because probably she was thinking that it's just a coincidence that I end every class with the same phrase. But no, it's not a coincidence. And at the beginning for this streaming, I need to write down that idea because because it was hard for me at that time to put that concept in English, and sometimes I forgot it. So I put a post-it, and it's probably in some with my art materials. Some there. Also, earlier today, I received an order of one of my customers. I need to design something, but this event was already made, so I decided to keep this going. And in a couple of minutes, when this stream ends, I need to move to send some order to a customer. The perks of being a freelance designer. As I saying, I really enjoying right now to spend more time on Pinterest. I don't like threads. Probably threads is not working for me. I make some cleanup twice. I delete most of the accounts that I start to follow. But still, I'm not connecting with the platform and the people and the environment there. And I'm in this process of rediscover Pinterest. Oh, God. So this was weird and unexpected and different, but it's okay, I think. June 24th. And as I was saying, remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you soon. That's it for tonight.